Also, Boingo, remind me, when Christmas comes around, I need to get you a trade paperback of Murder Falcon.
I just need to get it. I just need to get in print every Daniel Warren Johnson book.
Yeah, like start small, you know.
Get Murder Falcon, Extremity, Beta Ray Bill. Get that one issue of Superman, which is one of the best Superman shorts ever.
I thought that was like a fan made thing. I thought you just did that like without DC.
No, he did that in an Superman anthology. If you haven't read it, Cody, it's the or if you may have read it and come across it, it's the one where John Kent goes to a priest and goes like, "I don't know what I can do for my son. I don't know. I don't know how to be a dad." And the priest just goes like, "Just tell him you love him and tell him you're proud of him." And he just sees Clark Kent growing up as John goes, "I love you. I'm proud of you," and all these beautiful little moments. And then John dies.
Clark?
Yeah, Clark. John says, "I love you." Clark grows up. John dies, and Clark is Superman, and you just see him being Superman. And every person he runs across is, "I love you. I'm proud of you." And that's Superman.
Yeah, I've seen that story, and it's yeah. We'll talk about it soon. We'll talk about like all Daniel. This is gonna be the Daniel Warren Johnson podcast.
Like, there's a reason everyone popped off when it was announced. Oh yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson's doing Transformers.
Yeah, and I hope he keeps writing that book for as long as he wants to.
I don't mind him passing off art duties. Let him with writing. Yeah,
let him write. Let him write.
Let him cook.
Oh, he did like a thing for DC.
He's done several things for DC.
Yeah, I just like he did like Jurassic. That's so Daniel Warren Johnson, like doing like Jurassic.
He also did Wonder Woman: Dead Earth.
Yeah. Oh, did Beta Ray Bill? Is this Beta Ray Bill good?
Yes, but it helps if you understand Beta Ray Bill as a character a little bit before you read it.
Oh, okay. So, all right.
Like, all you need to know, basically, is Beta Ray Bill is an alien that got surgically modified to protect his people. His people rejected him because he's ugly now, but he found companionship within the Asgardians. But the weapon he was gifted by Odin to let him change back into his original form to give him comfort is broken, and that's what starts the journey for the 4-issue miniseries. Yeah. It also stars Pip the Troll and it makes Pip badass. And Executioner. It's a really good story. It's really good. All right, Cody, if you think you got your pick for next time.
Oh my god.
I love you,
yeah,
man.
I was trying to find the list of stuff that I made to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
My phone has reorganized my list.
Just pick whatever you feel is appropriate. Also, Boingo, you see the new Versus Wolves?
I started it. I'm still in the Earthbound section.
Yeah, I gotta skip around, and I'll just tell you, you gotta stay for the end. You gotta. For the end.
I did see people talking about how Eye Patch Wolf kind of broke the cycle of abuse.
Yeah. Oh, but like, also like, I'm in the guy who I'm in that guy's Discord server. The guy who edits Versus Wolves, Foxcade, and he made when I was saying, "Oh, that thumbnail is so funny," he made this edit in response. I gotta like share it.
I just love Eye Patch Wolf's complete love and admiration of RRR and going like, "Yo, where's my Irish version of that? Can I get an Irish version of this?"
Well, I have an idea. I don't know how. I'm sure we've all seen.
Never. Ignore it. I don't mind rewatching shit. Don't mind rewatching.
Actually, no, I do know something.
All right, cool. Then I'll start because we don't need a lead-in for this guy. Hello, once again, to Analytical Fanboys, the podcast by Modular Media, where one of us picks a piece of media, the others engage with it however it needs to be engaged with, and then we talk about it. I'm your host, Boingo Ryder, and with me, as always, are these chuckle fucks.
Hi, I'm Buster.
Hey,
I am... and I'm...
I'm sorry.
No, it's funny.
Keep it rolling, keep it rolling, keep it going. We love it.
Yeah.
And this month we are talking about the one, the only, the comic book Murder Falcon. All 8 issues by Daniel Warren Johnson, with colors by Mike Spicer.
I thought it was Mike Spencer.
There's no N.
Oh, okay.
Spicer.
Okay, Spicer.
This is I imagine this is the first time both of you have read this book, and I'll give a brief explanation of the story, which is a I wouldn't say washed up is probably the closest term we have, but a down and out metal guitarist is recruited into a cosmic interdimensional war by a being known as the Murder Falcon to basically power his combat with the power of metal.
Yeah.
And that's basically the story. What did you guys think, Buster? What did you think of Murder Falcon?
I guess to describe my thoughts on Murder Falcon would be to kind of describe my thoughts on Daniel Warren Johnson, which is all positive. Don't worry. So, like, I guess I'll discover. Like, I first discovered Daniel Warren Johnson when I was actually first getting into comics. I was like, okay, I was looking through my comic stores, looking through recommendations, and Extremity, one of his first books, popped into my head, and it popped into the store, and I was like, oh, I gotta read Extremity. And I love that series very dearly. We might talk about it one day. But it was really interesting to see like a series he produced like after Extremity, Murder Falcon, because I feel like you gotta say it with metal, you gotta say it with the emphasis, because that's just how it feels to me. And I really enjoyed this series. I thought it's very Boingo core, and I can understand why you picked it. And it has like has the great artwork, has like Mike Spencer's great colors. It has so much cool shit. It's very much dudes rock, but in a still like empathetic way.
And Cody, what'd you think of Murder Falcon?
For the cough. I thought it was fantastic, man. I love. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't know too much about this going. But I don't know. I mean, it was very touching. I I I love anything that's gonna have to do with like music, but the type of metal that they were paying respects to in a lot of parts of this really makes me happy. I think it'd be an easy 10. Like,
Yeah.
I'm more and more excited to really dive in Daniel Warren Johnson's current stuff right now, just of this and everything else that we've been talking about, and I don't know, the like Murder Falcon definitely the top like polls on my list. I think.
Yeah, it is. I explained the premise for everybody, but like, and that is the premise. It doesn't do a twist. It doesn't shock anything. It's just genuinely how music affects and empowers us as people.
Yeah, I mean, it literally like like the closest thing I describe how music works in this is kind of, please correct me, if this analogy doesn't work. JoJo stands.
Yeah, I mean, JoJo. If you want to look at it through the logic of the story, yeah, it's very JoJo-like, but it's also just very metaphorical.
Yeah, it's more. I mean, to me, it just was like, yeah, like the way he's powering up the music, it does feel like kind of Red Hot Chili Peppers from JoJo a bit.
Kind of Tyson or whatever, or Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah,
stuff
Jujutsu
works in
Kaisen.
that.
Yeah, it is a very distinct power system for an action series.
Yeah, it like I've always described. I was talking about this earlier with somebody where it's like Daniel Warren Johnson kind of combines like the great things of like both American comics and Japanese like manga together in his work, and this power system is like the biggest example, I think, of some manga influence.
I mean, you can just look at the way he inks a page and just see incredible manga influences. The fluidity of his posing and the motion he's able to capture.
Oh yeah, like not to jump around too much, I guess, but the scene where is that guy's name Himdalir? Or am I remembering?
I know who you're talking about. Let me get to his name so I can check it.
The tree.
Yeah, the tree guy. He's like a black metal dude, like full on Nordic black metal.
I was full on like
audience.
mixed between like Metalocalypse and just like well, it reminded me of Lars Umlaut from the Guitar Hero series, who was like my favorite guy to play at because he was like the Swedish black metal. Anyways, that there was a
Hyundar, sole survivor of the band Whisperwood.
Yeah, there was a panel where like the treant is just like stretched across this entire bridge, and it's just like it's showing that he's running and rushing the bridge, but I don't know. I just like you really feel the motion with it. I really enjoyed what you were saying. Sorry.
Yeah, the motion, the fluidity, the impact of how he's able to draw things.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, to talk more about a lot of the little elements that we like, we just kind of have to rip the band-aid off of what the story is really about. This book is about grief. It's about a lot. It's a lot about that, but it's a very specific kind of grief. I'll just explain it real quick. The main character is basically a cancer survivor who has just recently gone. The cancer has come back, and he's dying while all of this is happening.
Yeah, it hits hard, man. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just frick, man.
Yeah. And the whole part of it is when he initially went through cancer, he pushed all of his friends and family away, in like just pain. And part of this process of the story is just reconnecting with all of them.
Yeah, it's like basically like one last time to see them. Like just because, okay, to get a bit existential, just because you are gonna die doesn't mean you can still like make connections, meaningful connections that will like last through the ages and that will help everyone. Like it does hurt to say goodbye, but those connections, shit hits,
Yeah.
like they still are valuable connections to have.
Yeah, it's all, and that's why the music bit of the story isn't the gimmick. It's not like you could just go like, oh, it's a gimmick to be fun, haha, heavy metal fighting. No, it's music connects people and is proof of humanity.
Yeah. You could like extend this to like kind of art in general, where like this like art connects everyone, like any kind of art. Like music I consider music art. But like we're just
definitely.
Yeah, it is like where it's like art can connect us and like help us better understand each other while also like helping it promote and fight against our darkest urges and shit. Like
I mean, literally, the bad guy feeds off of human despair.
Yeah, it's like which may seem like a typical shonen trope, but no, it fits well thematically.
Also, I just want to point out, they did a bunch of alternative covers for Murder Falcon that are all just references to metal album covers.
Yeah. I love the one with the Murder Falcon getting punched. That's what really
yeah, that's a Pantera cover.
Yeah.
Vulgar Display. There's a couple, like there's one that's like full on Megadeth. There's a couple like Judas Priest looking ones. One of them is an Iron Maiden. It is full on that love letter to 80s metal.
Yeah. Oh,
which
man.
I know, like you were saying, Cody, is like that's stuff that hits you very hard.
Oh yeah, I very much enjoyed. I don't want to go into like the very end, especially that part. Like the last few panels were incredibly touching.
Oh yeah, should we just already talk about the ending, or do we want?
Well, I was trying to
space
dance.
out
why don't we go a little bit more through the book, because initially it's just, hey, him and Murder Falcon go and fight and all the creatures.
Yeah, and then they recruit all of his past friends.
But there's also like a lot of great side characters, like the guitar shop guy who just hangs out with Jake all the time, and it's just like this sweet old guy who's just like trying his hardest. And you have the heavy metal grandma who works at the diner, and it's just like, yeah,
and like the rival turned ally.
Yeah, just how art connects people and everything.
Yeah, shit. Like I understand why you picked this book because
it fucking hits.
Yeah, it's not even just that, but the themes I think we can like everyone specifically in this podcast can relate to, like because we always talk about how art hits us. So it's like having a story about like how great like music and art is, because we're all like in some way, like you guys are bigger music heads than me, but we're all appreciative of the arts and like we love them. So it's like like having a story that kind of connects everyone through art. Yeah, I understand why you picked this so much.
Yeah, and here's the thing, it's never saying that you shouldn't feel negative emotions, you shouldn't feel grief, you shouldn't feel these loss, but you got to push through it, you got to fight to live.
Yeah, it's very much like still like no matter what, keep creating, keep on going, like till the very end, because even if we're all gonna die someday, you get very existential about that shit. Like these are the memories, the art we leave behind. that still means something to at least one person who's gonna keep on going.
Like, how did you? Okay, when rereading this, I realized just how much it laid the groundwork for. It wasn't Jake who had the cancer; it was his wife. Were you guys fooled by that, or did you? Or was it a twist when it happened, when it was revealed?
It kind of was like it kind of happened. Like it kind of like phased me. I'll be real.
Yeah.
Like it was just kind of like oh shit, that more like drama. Like how did it affect you, Boingo?
I was taken by surprise because I had no one else to talk about the book with at the time, and it was just, oh wow, you're thinking the whole time, oh, he's grieving his dead wife, this whole thing, and it's just like, no, it's completely different, and it recontextualizes everything he does and says.
Wait, I'm confused. Are you saying the like he had cancer or his wife did?
He had cancer. The story is the main character, Jake, 2 years prior to the story, had cancer, and he did not handle himself very well. And he pushed his family and his friends away. But the way they frame it is, it very much could be framed as implying his wife had cancer when in reality it was him.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
I was a bit because I was like, I knew he had it. I was like, oh yeah, like
yeah, no, like it was a twist kind of thing.
yeah. Which like yeah, I think that twist works well. Like where it's like yeah, he like it looks like he's especially in the ending, which like I thought everything lined up well. Where it's like you think like it's still empathetic, like where it's like everyone is still caring about him. But it's like and he did push. I don't know, it's a lot. It's a lot. This book's like last act is a lot, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's good. It's a good
It
book.
sure is.
Yeah.
It,
And like all the creature designs and artwork to get a bit more like superficial. It's just man, it's so metal for lack of a better word. Like it captures that metal album look well. Also, Stoko, do you want to talk?
Oh, I was just gonna say it did kind of remind me of the secret pull away, where Bionicle was kind of a metaphor as well for
Oh,
not in the
Yeah,
same way,
cancer.
but just like you could feel like to me it felt like as I was reading through and like looking at these panels, not only did it like show them fighting the fear, but like it also just felt like this is just the family around him the whole time. Like the battle could be a made up thing. It's just him with his loved ones and fighting through it in that way as well.
I mean, that's the
Um,
beautiful thing about how like it can be this big, fantastical, real world thing, but it could also just easily be 100% metaphorical.
yeah.
yeah.
It just reminded me a little bit about Bionicle because that's the reveal near the end is that the machines are like essentially fighting back against this cancer in this giant body. Because
Like oh, like the world is ending and shit.
yeah, kind of. We could go more into that later about
Yeah.
like Bionicle stuff.
Yeah.
Essentially, like the guy who was writing all of it was dealing with that. So
Uh,
the island that they're on is secretly like all the Bionicles are machines fighting on this massive living creature.
Yeah, that's why all the Bionicle toy capsules were shaped like that, because they were pills.
Well, they
Oh.
were also designed to be sold in vending.
I know, yeah, a little bit of A and a little bit of B, but like it's the metaphor, it's
yeah. I actually like I've been trying to get into Bionicle, so you kind of spoiled the big twist, but like that's fine. No, it's 100% fine, man. Like I'm actually super interested. I can't wait to like get to that point when I get to Bionicle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in like the comics and stuff like that. Sorry for
I'll look.
spoiling something that's
No,
been
it's
dead
no,
for
it's
a
no,
decade
it's
or
fine.
more.
I've been collecting the books. So it's like I was like been wanting to like binge them like in a session. So
Well, they never really go into that.
it was all
Like they're
subtext.
never. Yeah, they're not like there's no like curtain pull and it's like not like the Lego move like that. Like
okay, so it's metaphor. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like it is that, and it represents it in a very interesting.
yeah,
I wish I could recommend that or like have us do something like that, but there's no real way to do
Yeah.
that. Like we could watch some of the movies or something, but like next week we're doing Bionicle, all of it, every single fucking set, all the fucking
You have to buy
videos,
every
the
toy
Game Boy
from
game, go
eBay.
fuck yourself, the new one, like
Oh,
There's a but back to Murder Falcon. What did you guys think of the design of Murder Falcon himself?
Iconic.
I love me a good robot arm.
You got a beefy
Any
robot
day of the
arm
week.
too. Yeah, it's a beef.
By the end, he has like beefy robot arm, fucking angel wings, and Gatling guns on his shoulders.
Yeah, that feels
did
like
y'all-
something that is pure awesome.
The scene where they're
Where-
charging into battle. Did y'all peep the secret little tease where there was straight up just Optimus Prime as a semi truck? It was like IDW's Optimus
No.
Prime.
Oh, wait,
Also,
let me look at this.
whenever he gets to Japan, the arm he gets after that guy fixes the guitar reminds me a lot of Gypsy Danger.
Yeah, like it's very clear he has a lot of love and admiration for a variety of stories and how it
Yeah.
affects the way. Like, I can bring up "Do a Power Bomb," which is his giant love letter to professional wrestling. There are several times where you look in the crowd and you just see classic wrestlers just loving it, and it's just like it's that love and appreciation of these kind of things.
Yeah, Daniel Warren Johnson's books bleed love. Like, and they also bleed, but they also bleed love. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Tokyo Philharmonic. I see what you're talking about, Cody. Bam.
You know what? And also in other ways, this reminded me of Pacific Rim because it has this togetherness, like they're fighting in impossible odds, and there's like a bit of representation of like all different sorts of characters and different backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see some
So
Pacific Rim
I
vibes.
did get that vibe of like Pacific Rim, Rim.
Specific Rim. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I could definitely, much like Pacific Rim, it is definitely like earnest in its love for
Yeah,
heavy
and it's
metal.
also they're both heavily about like the understanding of each other and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really fucking good. It is just beautiful, and the whole time it's the bad guy looking at Jake as the main character, just going like, "Why don't you just fall into despair? Just fucking give up. Just be depressed."
Yeah.
And Jake just going, "No,
like
I've been through that before. I don't want to do that again."
Yeah, I'm going out on a high note, for lack of a better word.
My favorite note.
Yeah. Man. And then like the ending actually did get me. Like where it's like,
there's so much little notes and love about the ending
of
just this man who is on his last legs, dying, having to go up this giant flight of stairs because the world needs him, and he's like, "Yes, I'll do this."
Yeah, and then the freaking like anvil hammer.
Yeah.
Also, the fucking tribute to Lemmy.
Yeah, I love that. Right when
they enter the
Horn
big
of the Dead,
the Tomb of the Dead. It's Lemmy right there, and it's just like, ah.
That got me a bit too. I was just like, oh man, and he's holding Ace of Spades.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love it.
So
but like Lemmy is the epitome of you live life. Just live it, enjoy it. I don't want to call it a twist, but there is that last little realignment of what it actually is, because for a large part of the book, they are trying to find a horn to rise an army of the undead to fight this evil, right?
Yeah.
So they finally get to blow the horn, and they see visions of people. And the first one is a man who's quadriplegic composing, and that's a real man. That's a real dude. That this isn't just like, oh, look at humanity. That is a real man named Jason Becker, who was diagnosed with ALS in 1989, and basically by 96 lost the ability to talk, ability to move, but still composes today. Like, that's like having Lemmy and characters like that in here, people like that in here. It's just like the power of music, how everyone...
Yeah. Like the way the book describes it, it calls all who's destined to die and still chooses to sing into the void. And it's just like, shit hits, man. It's like literal power of music, literal like hopium, like power of humanity, but God, it always hits. It always hits. Like especially when done at this kind of like empathetic and cosmic scale,
Mm-hmm. And it's just pure and hopeful and earnest.
It's I think should we wrap up?
There's the other thing.
One more thing.
there's multiple things, little things. There's just a lot of little things I love about this book. It's genuinely one of my favorite stories. It is one of my favorite comics of all time.
Yeah.
Like whenever I need a good cry of just like, yeah, this is the book I'd go to, you know?
Yeah, I understand, man. It's a good one. I thank you for sharing this with us, man. It was phenomenal.
It's because here's the thing. People talk about Daniel Warren Johnson's work regularly because he's been growing in popularity. But it's
Yeah.
usually it's Dead Earth, it's Extremity, it's Dual Power Bomb, Beta Ray
It's
Bill.
Transformers.
Murder Falcon seems to get like overlooked a little bit, and I think that's a little bit of a shame. It is beautiful, it is heartbreaking, it is, but also joyous. Like it's not tragic. It
Yeah.
ends on a bittersweet note, but it's not tragic about it. It's not stabbing you in the heart because haha fuck you. It is no, things have to end.
Yeah. And honestly, like its short length as an 8-issue book, I think and enhances that theme. Where it's like, if this went on for too long, it probably that's another thing I love about Dana Ward Johnson's book. He doesn't go on for too long. He tells the story he needs to do, and then he gets out and tells the next story and tells the next story, and it just
Man, the moment when it's finally revealed that Jake has cancer again, and he's fighting through it this whole time, and he takes off the wig to reveal that no, he's fucked up right now,
but he's ready to fight.
It's just so many little moments. Just also the way Daniel Warren Johnson draws human faces, just the breadth of emotion. Like this is the final scene, which we've kind of bandied about a little bit, but just this one image of it's just all the heartache, all the kindness, all together in one face. It's just like that's what comics is about, you know?
Yeah. Like, oh man, I'm starting to get choked up a bit. I love comic books.
Like this is exactly what I say when I say like American comic books are really fucking good, and you just have to actually find them and experience them for yourself.
Yeah, and hopefully podcasts like this will hopefully expose these to more and more people. Yeah,
Don't expose fiction. But we could talk about the final bit because Jake is in a hospital bed, finally passing on. His family and friends are there when Ronnie James Dio shows up to help him pass on to the afterlife.
And takes him to heaven. And it's like, oh, is it gonna be heavy metal where we're going? Oh, my son, like you wouldn't believe. Oh, that line got me. That like the very end got me. Also, that Murder Falcon is going with him. That's like
because even if you pass on, your love of music won't disappear.
Yeah,
which is really what Murder Falcon's all like as a character represents, is that pure, unadulterated love of music. You know,
love of the arts, love of
art, of life.
Yeah.
But like the one moment, can I say goodbye? Of course. Will they be able to hear me? Only in their dreams. This is like, god damn.
I love this book, man. It's shit hit, man. Shit hit harder than that anvil on the hammer.
It is
that square hammer.
Oh man, it is such. There's not much I could like. I could just keep going on. I love this book. I love this comic. I love the art. I love the characters. I love how it's written. I love every little moment of it. It's like perfect. And like I want so many more people to experience it, but I also go like, just don't. I feel like it would be lessened if it was animated or if it got turned into a movie.
Yeah, it needs to be a comic. And this is a comic, you know? Like, freaking go, like, even if you may have to not use much the legal means, just go find it. Go find it. It's like, the full trade is like $20 to $30. That's very affordable for comic standards. Just, especially 8 phenomenal issues. Go get this book.
Go get it?
Yeah, or we'll get you.
We'll get you this book.
So we ready to... Yeah. So, Boygo, any last words?
I hope everyone reads Murder Falcon, and I hope you experience as much joy and heartache and love that I got from reading it. because it genuinely moved me in so many ways.
So Cody.
No, hold on. Go give your final thoughts, guys.
Oh, I thought we already did.
All right.
Wait, Cody, any final thoughts?
Sure, I'll go. Burp. I think
It's the final thought.
I think this can be a pretty good tool for those who might want to understand a little bit more about grief in general as well.
Yeah.
Help understand that's not asked like point of view, how different.
All I got to say is, yeah, y'all spitting peak fiction.
It is. I genuinely think it's like one of the best comics ever written.
Yeah, definitely one of the best comics of the last 10 years. Definitely.
Yeah. But on that note, hey, you know who's picking the next piece? It's Cody. So Cody Cody.
I wanted to pick something of me before, something I fell in love with, experienced myself. It is a movie.
Ooh.
It is Metropolis 2001 by Rintaro.
I think I've heard of this. Let me Google this. Metropolis 2001. It's been a while since we've done a movie on this. Oh,
That's
an anime movie.
The remake, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Of the original Fritz Lang Metropolis.
No, the one I found is it's based on an Osamu Tezuka manga.
Could have swore there was.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. That's what I understood it to be.
Yeah, it's wait, Cody, I found the image. It's this one, right? Yeah, okay, so Metropolis, directed by, let me check who directed it.
I'm looking.
Directed by Katsuro.
Rintaro. No, it's screenplay by Katsuro Otomo. Directed by Rintaro.
Rintaro, okay. It's a pseudonym for Shigeyuki Hayashi. I don't know why my Japanese is not great today. But yeah, we will so we get to talk about some Osamu Tezuka, like even if it's just adaptation. But like, yeah. I'm excited to do this, yeah. It's been a while since we've done a movie for any of these. Like,
I see what it is. Okay, so Tezuka created a manga called Metropolis with a right?
Yeah.
It has some parallels to the 1927 film of the same name, though Tezuka stated he had only seen a single image of the movie in a magazine at the time of creating his manga. So basically, he saw like the name and an image and was like, "Oh, I got an idea," and made a thing. And then I think Metropolis, the 2001 movie, was like, "All right, what if we take the manga and the original movie and kind of smushed it together into something?"
Yeah. So that's gonna be very interesting to talk about. Because should we watch the original movie or
the original Metropolis? I never.
okay,
Yeah.
so we'll just watch the 2001. We'll just watch the 2001 anime film. Yeah, but it's been a while since we've done a movie. So yeah, but yeah, see you next month for Metropolis. But before we go, Boingo, why don't you plug your shit?
You're getting more used to this. You're getting better at this, Buster.
I'm trying.
Hi, I'm Boingo. I make a variety of things on the internet. You can find me at Boingo Writer on YouTube, / Boingo Writer on Twitch, at Boingo Writer on Bluesky, and so on and so forth. Links in the description. Buster.
I was gonna do Snowcode first. Snowcode, you do it first.
My cone is snowed, never _robot.
Yeah, that's what we love to
Blue.
hear. And yeah, back to me, Buster. Hi, I am Buster Corp. I do too many videos on too many things in a short amount of time. You can find my channel in the description below. I'm also on various kinds of social medias, again, in the description below. And you can subscribe to Modular Media, where we have podcasts like this. We do Analytical Fanboys every month, every week. Besides this week, we do Modular Components, where we shoot the shit and find out, sometimes with guests. And yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff planned. So make sure to subscribe, ring the bell, like the video, dislike the video. I don't know. Just tell us your thoughts on Murder Falcon as well. And tell you, like, if you have any experience with Metropolis, let us know. So,
yeah. Till next time, everybody.